In this video, I demonstrate the home exercise program I give to my patients who are in the intermediate phase of rehab after undergoing a SLAP lesion repair. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. A SLAP lesion is a tear to a piece of cartilage in the shoulder that often happens if we land an outstretched hand, and there are certain athletes that are really prone to this injury. Our weightlifters are one group and our throwers are another group. Well, often surgery is needed to repair this tissue, and after surgery, therapy and our overall activity level have to progress pretty carefully because we certainly don't want to tear what's been repaired. So for about the first 2 months, we have to be really cautious, and there's a bunch of movement and activity restrictions in place, again, to protect that tear. Well, once we get to about 8 to 12 weeks post-op, we're in this intermediate phase of rehab where most of those restrictions go away. One remains, and I'll go through that at the end. The two main priorities of this stage are, number one, we'd really like to achieve full range of motion, and number two, we want to ramp up our strengthening. We won't get to normal strength in this time frame, probably in the next or a little after, but we want to set the stage to really regain normal strength. Here's the program. Before I start the program, I want to remind everybody, click those like buttons, subscribe, leave a comment. I mentioned in the intro that one of our priorities of this stage of rehab is to achieve full range of motion. Here's our start, a quick dynamic stretch series. And I usually have my patients simply start their home exercises with this as essentially a warm-up. So with some kind of a stick, simply reach up as high as you can, and I'm kind of reaching back with my arms. I'm using my unhurt arm to help the hurt arm. Notice I'm not bending back at the spine. I'm simply reaching back, hold for a moment, come down, up and down 10 times. Okay, reach as far as you can. It should feel stretchy. It shouldn't feel painful. After 10 of these, simply reach behind you. Reach back. Again, a bit of a stretch is good. It shouldn't be painful. Back and forth 10 times. Then slide the stick up your back like you're trying to scratch your back with the stick. Up and down as far as you can. Again, 10 reps. I use this stretch a lot with my shoulder patients, and especially folks in this stage of rehab after a SLAP lesion. They usually have some shoulder stiffness, they're having trouble getting shoulder flexion or forward reaching back, and this is really helpful for that. The stability ball works great in this stretch. We're simply going to do a child's pose, and the ball just helps us get a little more stretch out of it. So I'm simply going to reach forward, I'm controlling the movement with my unhurt shoulder. I stretch until I feel some pull in that shoulder. I move the ball forward until I feel that pull. Hold for a long time, 20 to 30 seconds, and then simply come back up to the starting point. And do this 3 to 4 times. Slide the ball forward, get a stretch in that hurt side shoulder. Most of the control of the movement is done by my non-hurt shoulder. Hold the 20 to 30 seconds, and return to the starting point. I call this the swimmer. It's simply a dynamic stretch for shoulder rotation. You'll want a towel for your forehead. You're simply going to put your lay flat down, forehead on the towel, one hand behind the back of the head, one hand behind your back of the hand touching your lumbar spine, and then switch back and forth. Try to bring the elbows up a bit at the end of the movement. Switch again, elbows up, stretch, stretch, and switch. Keep going back and forth. 20 repetitions. These next couple exercises work both the rotator cuff and shoulder blade muscles. So with a pretty light weight, somewhere between a pound and at this stage, probably 2.5 or 3 pounds would be on the high end. These are 2.5. Chest on the ball, knees off the floor, thumbs are toward the ceiling. I'm trying to hold my shoulder blades kind of down and in, and I'm simply going to lift my arms until they're parallel to the floor. Hold for a moment. Come down. Keep it real controlled. Up, hold for a moment, come down. About 10 to 15 reps, about 2 to 3 sets in this position. Then take a break, and we're simply going to change arm positions. Now, rather than reaching straight to the side, we're going to reach sort of up and to the side. Up, same thing. Hold for a moment, come straight down. Up, arms about parallel to the floor. Hold for a moment, come straight down. Now with this one, it's harder to keep the shoulder blades down. You'll want to shrug. Fight that. Keep the shoulder blades stable. Up, hold. Again, 10 to 15 repetitions. This exercise is a baby step towards some of the pushing movements that we might do in the future. So think bench press or maybe physically demanding jobs where you have to do forceful pushing. So we're going to need a loop, a band, and you're going to be on all fours. So my hurt side's my left side, and you're simply going to move to 3 different positions with the left hand. So up and out, back to center, straight out, back to center, down and out, back to center. And we'll do 15 total repetitions, counting like this. 1, 2, 3, up to 15, take a break, and then do another set, about 2 to 3 rounds. I mentioned earlier that one of the big priorities of this stage of rehab is to progress rotator cuff muscle strength. And one way we can progress that along a bit is to add some directional change to some of our exercises. Here's one example. Super common rotator cuff strengthening exercise is simply resisted external rotation. And we did this in the prior video in this series. And this is great, but at some point we need to be able to reach, and again, we can add some directional change to make the exercise more challenging. So here's what we can do. So rotate the shoulder to about this position and then simply reach up, reach straight up. So it's a bit of a robotic movement. Reach to this position, position 1, then straight up. Now notice I'm not maximally externally rotating. I'm not getting out to here. I'm stopping about halfway. Externally rotate to about here, reach up, back to the middle position, back to the starting position. Choose a resistance that's kind of light. You'll need something that gets you tired somewhere in the 15 repetition range. One of the things we want to work on quite a bit in rehab after a slap lesion repair is what we call shoulder stability, or basically the rotator cuff's ability to compress the ball into the socket or stabilize the ball into the socket. To do so, we like to add some kind of compressive force to the exercise. We're going to use our stability ball up against the wall, and I'm standing at a bit of an angle to the ball. I'm not oriented this way where the ball is straight to my right, and I'm also not oriented in this position where the ball is straight in front of me. I'm about splitting the difference. The point of that is that's just where the ball and socket kind of fit best, almost like a Lego piece, okay? So now you're gonna add moderate compression into the ball. You're not pressing with all your body weight or all your might. Mild compression, and then rapidly, you're gonna move the ball up and down. About 10 repetitions. It's surprisingly tiring. After 10 reps, go side to side 10 times. Again, a little compression, moving pretty rapidly, a small movement, a small amplitude, but rapid movement. 10 reps, take a break, and do 2 to 3 sets of this exercise. I mentioned working shoulder stability. One way I like to try to do that in the clinic is to simply add a balance component. So in this exercise, we're simply going to do lateral raises on one foot. Raise up one foot, maintain your balance while you're doing a lateral raise. Pick a weight that gets you tired somewhere between the 15 to 20 rep range. You know, our rotator cuff muscles are mostly endurance muscles, so we want our exercises to reflect that. So you get up to 15 to 20 reps, take a break, a solid break, a minute or so, and then simply switch feet. Pick up the opposite foot and do another round of 15 to 20 repetitions. In the intro, I mentioned that there's still one kind of important movement or activity restriction at this phase of rehab after a slap lesion repair, and that is we don't want to work the biceps, at least a lot. It's okay to bend and straighten the elbow. That works the biceps, but not to a substantial degree. But we don't want to add weight to that. So for example, for my weightlifter patients, you still can't do curls, you can't do chin-ups, things like that, lat pulls. All of those activities really force that biceps to work hard. That's a problem because part of the biceps attaches exactly where that repair was done. And if we pull on that hard enough, we can damage the repair. So biceps work can't really start until we're about 12 plus weeks post-op. So for now, still no biceps work. Those are the intermediate phase exercises that I like to use with my folks who have had a slap lesion repair. So again, these are patients who are somewhere around 8 to 12 weeks post-op. We're really trying to achieve normal range of motion of the shoulder, and we're ramping up our strengthening. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope it helps you get back to what you love to do. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time.